Are you getting frustrated with what to feed a teenager who's always hungry? Everybody knows that teenagers have a huge appetite. It seems like you need to feed them constantly to satisfy their hunger. It's even more difficult where teenagers who struggle with their weight truly want to make changes, like cut down on junk food or stop overeating, and they can't. There's frustration, isolation, stress, and that's why I decided to create a recipe collection of 30 easy and healthy meals for teenagers. They're all high in protein to satisfy your teenager's hunger, and they can all be ready in less than 30 minutes. If you want to grab a free copy, go to lifestyleforteens.com/recipes.
This is the Lifestyle and Weight Loss for Teens podcast. If you're a mom and want to help your child who is struggling to lose weight, you are in the right place. If you are looking for healthy lifestyle tips, Dr. Gourgari is here to help you understand the science around safe weight loss in teens and children. Because what works for adult weight loss is not always the best for children. This podcast is for educational purposes only. Dr. Gourgari does not provide medical, psychological, or nutrition therapy advice. You should not use this information to diagnose or treat any health problems without consulting your own medical practitioner. And now, your host, Dr. Jenny Gourgari.
Hello, welcome to another episode of the Lifestyle and Weight Loss for Teens podcast. This is Dr. Jenny Gourgari, and today I will be talking about boredom eating in teenagers and how to stop it. So boredom eating is very common, I will say, not only for teenagers, it's still common for adults, it's common in families, it's common in everybody when we feel that we are stressed or we don't know what to do. It's common during the break. It's common on holidays. It's common during weekdays, during weekends. And it can be a big source that can lead to overeating. It can lead to weight gain. And it's a cycle of using foods to cope with emotions or an alternative to just break the boredom of time when we don't know what to do and we just pass by the kitchen and we just grab something to eat and we don't really pay attention. Now, why specifically teenagers get bored? Look, one of the main reasons why teenagers get bored and go and eat is because they get a release of dopamine, which is a hormone from the brain that immediately creates good sensation. It gives satisfaction. We feel better, especially if we have something that is sugary or high fat. So same thing for teenagers. When they want to feel better, they can, or they have a stress day, they can go and grab something that is high fat or high sugar usually, and that makes them feel better. Now, another thing is that it can just be a bad habit. So reaching for a snack, you come back from school, you're used to going to the kitchen, you grab what you find, and you just don't think about it. Or you go to your room, you are used to having a snack while you're studying. You don't think about it. Or you go and exercise, you always have some sugary drink with exercise. You don't think about it, you just do it. So there are a lot of things that happen and we're not really conscious about it. Teenagers also are not conscious about it because it's like a habit. Another thing is easy accessibility. So if there was not a snack available right there when you are bored, then your chances of getting out the house and going to the store and buying that snack so that you satisfy your desire to have a snack are probably less than if you actually have the snack right in your cabinet, right in your room. So having it easy for you, like it's like no resistance at all, that also makes you eat when you're bored because It's so easy to eat when you're bored because the food is right there. And also, sometimes teenagers, like adults as well, they can confuse boredom with hunger. They may feel bored, but they don't realize they're bored. They think they are hungry because they think about food. But they think about food, they may think about food because they are bored and not necessarily because they are hungry. So mixing up and not really being aware what is the difference between being bored versus being hungry, that's an important distinction. So that brings me to the next question. How can we identify when we are talking about boredom eating? So, first question you need to ask is, am I really hungry? Or am I eating because I'm bored? Am I eating because I don't want to do my homework? Because I don't want to go for a walk? I don't want to clean my room. I'm very stressed. Is there another reason why I turn to food, or is it that I'm really hungry? And when you are really hungry, pay attention how your body feels. Some people may feel that they think about food with, and there is like a sensation in their stomach that they need to eat. They may feel weak when it's time to eat. Pay attention to when you're really hungry, how does it feel in your body? And once you recognize how you feel when you're hungry, then if you don't feel this way, then you know that this is not hunger. So every person may be a little different on the way they feel the hunger. But once you know how you feel the hunger, then it's better for you to recognize it. And one cue I will say is that if you're a teenager and you are hungry, and I tell you, here's an apple, and you take the apple because you're hungry, you want to eat the apple, that's probably a good sign that you're hungry. If you tell me I'm hungry and I give you the apple and you say, no, I don't want the apple, I want a croissant, then that probably means you're not really hungry. Because if you are really hungry, you need to eat to get nourished. You don't need to have a croissant to feel full. You need to have like anything that would be offered to you. If you're really hungry, you would take it because you are really hungry. So it's a different thing whether you prefer to have croissant. I understand that, versus you're really hungry. But if you're really hungry, then that's like maybe a cue that can make you distinguish, are you really hungry or you just want to eat because you just like the croissant or whatever. So how can we help our teenagers recognize their real hunger? As I mentioned, am I hungry or am I just bored? That's one major question. Do I feel low energy? Do I feel my stomach crawling? Do I feel that I am emotionally upset and that's why I want to eat? Do I feel that I just like the smell of the cookies and I want to have the cookies? So make this distinction between boredom eating and hunger eating. The first thing is to realize what is the difference. The second thing is that can help teenagers is to have a structured eating routine. So instead of, if you already have decided that you are going to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and maybe you say, okay, and I'll have a snack at 3 o'clock and a snack at 10 p.m. or 9 p.m., and I'm going to have breakfast at 8 and this and that. So you already have a structure plan of how your day is going to look like and how you will eat what you want. Then if you pass by the kitchen and it's 4 o'clock or it's 5 o'clock and it's not in your plan that you made, then don't even go there. Like, don't negotiate whether I should or I should not have it. And if it's not within the scheduled time that you're supposed to eat, that you decided this is when you were going to eat ahead of time, then stick to your plan and do what you said you're going to do. That having and creating that structure around your eating routine, that's going to help you avoid this mindless eating when it's not the time to eat. The third thing is to have healthy snacks available. So let's say that if you really want to have a snack, even though you didn't plan and you think that's what you need to even make you feel better, or that's because you're a little hungry or you exercise more and you feel a little shaky and you want to have something after exercise, then go for a healthy snack. Go for fruits, for vegetables, for nuts, for yogurt, for popcorn, and make it easy. Remember when I talked earlier that if the unhealthy snacks are easy to reach, you're very likely that you're going to reach out and get them. But if you make it harder for you to have unhealthy snacks around and you only keep healthy snacks around, when you open the fridge, you don't see unhealthy snacks, you see the healthy options, then you grab those healthy options. You can also have pre-sliced, cut and clean fruits there that you can just easily grab and go. Make it easy for you to have that option instead of having to peel the apple, clean the apple, find the plate and all those things. Just have it ready from before. Make arrangements to have healthy alternatives so that it's easy for you to grab for those healthy alternatives. And then if you realize that you're not hungry, but you're bored, okay, now you have to think, what is the alternative now that I'm bored? How can I be less bored? So basically, find things to keep you busy and be happier. So you can go for a walk. You can go put your favorite music on and start dancing. You can go to the gym, or you can go, if you do any kind of workout, you can just go and do that. Or you can call your friend and start talking with your friend, or call your mom, or call your sister, or call your grandmother, or go to your friend's house, or get out on your bike. So do something that can kill your boredom in a healthier way. Maybe you have a hobby. Maybe you like to paint or play the guitar or do something creative with your hands. So you can start doing that. Or maybe you can start cooking your next meal and that it's a healthy meal. You can create a salad that you can have for later, or you can read a book. So make a list of all the other alternatives that once boredom hits and you realize it, because everything starts with realization. If you don't even realize it's boredom eating, then you cannot do anything about it. But then once you realize, then find what can you do when you're bored? Another solution that can help teenagers with boredom eating is to drink water. Oftentimes we confuse the hunger with the thirst. We think we're hungry, but in fact, we are thirsty. So you have not had enough water. I recommend like 8 to 10 cups of water per day. Then have water first and see then if you are still hungry or if that may be enough to make you feel better. Another thing is to practice mindful eating. So by practicing mindful eating, that means we are more aware of all the sensations when we are eating. So we sit on the table, we don't have TV in front, we don't have YouTube, we don't have iPhone. We just sit on the table, we smell the food, we swallow the food slowly, we take our time, we enjoy the texture of the food, the taste of the food, the sound of the food. So we become more aware, and you can easily pay attention. It's more likely that you will pay attention when you're full and you're not going to overeat. And finally, another thing that teenagers can do to help with boredom eating is to pay attention to the emotional triggers for boredom eating. Like, for example, if you notice that you are stressed because you had an argument or you're stressed because of homework or whatever, have a plan B that can help you manage that stress, that anxiety, instead of turning into food. Like, have some healthier alternatives, like going for a walk and exercise in general is a great alternative that can help you with the anxiety. You can also try journaling. You can try deep breathing. So you can try some other things to help you regulate those emotions that trigger boredom eating. So that's all I had for you today. I thought this was helpful. And again, everything starts with realization. So just my take-home message to you is pay attention to your daily routine for the next week and look when you are, whether you have any times that you turn to food just because you are bored, and then make a plan. How are you going to address this? And you can use some of the ideas that I gave you. Let me know what was helpful and what's working for you. Or if you have any other ideas, I'm always happy to hear back from you. So don't hesitate to reach out to me. Take care. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.
If you enjoyed listening to this podcast, I invite you to come check out the LIFT program. It's Dr. Gourgari's 12-week coaching program for teens and their moms, where we take all this information, we apply it to your daily life, and we work together so your teenager learns how to create a healthy lifestyle so they can feel happier, more confident, less stressed, and love their body again. Visit the website at lifestyleforteens.com and click on the Work With Me and free resources to learn more about this program and get free help to start this journey right away. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next episode of Lifestyle and Weight Loss for Teens.